Hey guys, welcome back to the Plum Sparkles. So today we are going to look at some rabbit habitats and we are going to rate them from an A+ down to an F-. So just for clarification, I am a full-time rabbit mom and I am also a part-time rabbit shelter volunteer. So those are my credentials. So I'm just making this video to educate you on how to improve your bunny habitat, or if you already have good bunny habitat, maybe you can look at the good ones in this video and inspire you to make it even better. So without further ado, let's get into it. So we're going to start off with this picture, this is a picture of my own rabbit habitat. This is my bunny Leo, who I filmed a few times before. I have an adoption vlog on my channel if you want to go watch that. This is his habitat. I have a cage there as his home base. He only is locked in there at night to sleep. He has a shelf in his cage, and then he has this whole entire gigantic playpen out here. He has 3 hidey houses, and then a 4th one which he has mostly destroyed that we need to replace. He has little steps that he can crawl on, a little unicorn hide that he can go in, a litter box with lots of hay in it, a dish with some pellets, a 1/4 cup of pellets, and we give him some greens in the night, and then a water bowl right next to it, and they are sitting in a custom stand that was built for him. He has a little pillow bed that he loves to sleep in. He has 2 of those, and there is also storage units around places too. He has a toy next to one of his hidey houses, but he doesn't really use it that much, and he also gets 6+ hours of free roaming outside of the playpen. So that is his setup, and this is all in the living room. If I had to rate his living conditions, I would give them an A+. I think his habitat is really nicely set up, and he is in a very safe space. I also forgot to mention that the 2 rugs are covering the entire space because we want to protect our carpet, and it makes it easier for him to binky and zoom. So yeah, I would give it an A+. So this is the first photo we're going to look at. Right off the bat, I'm going to say it's very small. It's not teeny tiny, but it is very small. That's concerning. Second thing, I don't see any hay in here at all, so that's deeply concerning. Hay is 80 to 90% of a rabbit's diet. It helps with their digestive system, and without hay they can go into GI stasis and pass away very easily, so that's deeply concerning to me. I can't see any hay in here. I do appreciate that they have bowls instead of racks or bottles. I don't know what kind of litter that is. The castle is really cute, but it looks like it would be really small for adult bunny. The hearts are cute. I just think it's very small. I like that you have toys and a rug in there, but I don't think this is adequate for a bunny whatsoever. I think that this could easily be made a lot better if it's just expanded, add some hay, get a bigger castle. But overall, I have to give this a C- because it's not the greatest and it's borderline dangerous, but I don't think we're full on in hyper dangerous territory yet. But it's not good, so C-. Okay, now we have the second photo. This is adorable, first of all. I love the teepee. I love the little beds, very cute. One thing that concerns me is the lack of food in the bowl. I know your rabbit could have eaten a lot of it throughout the day, but it just doesn't look like there's very much in there. It's good that you're not overfeeding, but this looks like way less than a 1/4 cup of pellets. And I don't know if they're giving greens at night, so I would just be concerned about their nutrition. I like that you have food and water bowls though. The hay in the litter boxes doesn't look super fresh. It looks kind of brown dried out. So I would say replace the hay with some fresh hay because rabbits aren't going to eat hay that isn't fresh. You have a good amount of space in here. Love to see an X pen. I do see what looks to be a cage next to it, which I would say if you have such a nice X pen, you don't need the cage. Toss the cage and just use the beautiful X pen that you have. But yeah, overall it's not too bad. There are a few small things I would change, but overall it's pretty good. I'm gonna give this a B because it's pretty good in general. It's got a few things that I'm concerned about, but good job overall. Okay, they just keep getting better and better. Here is a X pen with 2 bunnies in it. First of all, those are gorgeous bunnies. Very unique color pattern. I love that. So, amazing litter box, amazing that they have a hidey house, amazing that they have bowls, toys, great, amazing that they have a rug, great little comfy place to rest. I'm not sure why there are 3 bowls. Oh, I guess it's because 1 is for water and 2 are for food. I would add a second water bowl just so both of them aren't fighting over 1 water bowl. But that's really all I have to say for this one. I'm gonna give this an A, like, really good job. Next we have this one. So this bunny is sitting on a rug, which I'd be a little concerned that the type of fibrous rug that is, they could chew it. So my advice would be get a more tight, compacted rug that is still soft. Lots of hay, which I like. You got one of those DIY hay racks and hay in the litter box, which is amazing. It's nicely decorated. You got a comfy spot for them to sit in. The bunny looks comfortable. He's flopped, which is always a good sign. Toys to chew. The bowl looks empty, so that I'm not sure if your bunny has finished whatever they were eating for the day. That's a bit concerning to me, but overall it does look like a very nice place for a bunny to live. I do see that the door is open, so that makes me think that the bunny could be free roamed and this is just a home base. If it's so, that is absolutely amazing. Well done on that. But in terms of just ranking the home base, it is a little small, but I'm going to give it an A because your bunny appears to be free roamed. So great job. Oh my god, you guys, this is awful. So we have what appears to be like a horse pasture or a chicken coop. With just 2 bunnies just like stuck in there. There's a bench, there's grass, and the only hay that's in there is like all brown and chalky. There is like random junk in there. This is just horrible. So I feel like I've lost for words right now. I'm sad that I have to explain this to you, but apparently I do. A hawk could easily fly over there and scoop the bunnies up and feed them to their babies because there's nothing covering that, and also temperature changes. Your bunny could get too hot or too cold and die instantly. So this is just not adequate for bunnies at all. This is basically a death sentence for your bunnies. So F-. Okay, so now we got this photo, which looks like there was 2 bunnies, and you have 2 cages that appear to be connected. One cage looks like it has nothing in it for some reason, and the other cage has 2 litter boxes full of hay. Good things first, it looks like one of the bunnies is out of the cage, and on top of it, which means you do let your bunnies out of the cage sometimes, which is good. The other good thing I will say is that both of the litter boxes are full of hay, which is good. But that's where the positives end. The cages are way too small. They are not adequate housing. It just looks like a dog crate, honestly. I can't imagine a bunny being happy in something like that. Even if they are connected, they can go between cages. That is not appropriate space for a bunny. As far as score, considering there's 2 bunnies here, I'm gonna give this a D- because it's not unlivable, but it isn't good by any means, so D-. In this next photo, we can see that there's just one bunny, and it's nicely decorated with carrots and things. I see a litter box, but I can't see any hay in the litter box, so I would say add hay to the litter box, because actually I can't see any hay in here. Oh no. That's basically killing your bunny with not giving them any hay. I don't get what that little table is for with a bunch of crap on it. I don't think that's useful. I appreciate that your bunny is on a rug and has a tunnel and has a hidey house, but yeah, with the lack of hay and the lack of pellets in the bowls, and also the water bowl should be much bigger than that. This doesn't, I appreciate that the door appears to be open, but this doesn't look ideal by any means. I'm gonna give this a C- because I can't see any hay, but maybe I'm seeing that wrong, so C-. This is so gorgeous. It's so cozy. Okay, so I love that you're on carpet. I love that you have a little rug or piece of fabric for your bunny to go on. I love that you have a little hay house. My bunny has one of those too. I love to see the plate of veggies. That's amazing. The hay, the little hay toy, the little hidey house, the little wood chewy. It looks like you have another little hidey house with a ramp, or is that maybe another litter box? The one thing I'll say is that little plastic litter box doesn't appear to have any hay in it, so add some hay there. But that's really my only criticism of this. This is really good, and the door also appears to be open, so that makes me think the bunny is free roam, which is awesome. I'm gonna give you an A. Really fantastic job. So this is interesting. Looks like your bunny has a little house over there, little tunnel, little wood toys, some bowls over there. I can't see what's in the bowls, so I can't comment on that. Little toys, that's so weird. You like carved a hole in your plant and made it into a litter box. I don't know what kind of plant that is, but I would say take that out immediately, because it could be poisonous to your rabbit, and you could basically be killing your rabbit if they eat a little bit of that. So I would say get the plant out of there immediately. I also don't see any hay in here. Guys, you have to feed your bunnies hay, 80 to 90% of their diet. How many times do I have to explain this? But, yeah, I'm gonna have to dock some points for the plant and the lack of hay. I'm gonna give this one a solid D, because, I'm not really sure what to think of it, so I feel like a D is an appropriate score. This one I love. Your bunny has a whole flippin' castle with carpeted ramps, a hidey house connected to the castle, a freaking carrot rug, some little bowls in a stand. The whole thing is carpeted. A little scratched cat thing, which are great for bunnies. Another little hide. A little box full to the brim, like overflowing with hay. That is fabulous. Honestly, this is incredible. A+. You did a fabulous job. Your bunny is living like a little princess here. So I'm assuming this is from a rabbit breeder or a rabbit meat farm, because what the hell is this? It looks like it's in a barn, first of all. There are 3 bunny wire bottom cages stacked on top of each other with 3 different water bottles. I do appreciate that there's hay in there, but that's the only thing I have to say about this. Rabbits don't have padding on the bottom of their paws, so wire bottom cages will cut up their feet and give them arthritis. This is a nightmare, and they're probably being used for meat, just looking at this photo. So F-, this is diabolical. This is also really bad. So as you can see, the bunny's in a hutch. No, there's 2 bunnies in that tiny little hutch. Oh my god. So again, with the hawks and the temperature changes, we've already went over this with the bunnies that were in that weird little fenced-in yard. This is just a recipe for a hawk to pick up your bunny and carry it away to its nest, or for the bunny to die of frostbite or heat exhaustion. Like, this is really, really bad. I give this an F. It sucks. And again with these freaking outdoor hutches. There are 2 bunnies here in this tiny little hutch, and also you're giving 2 food bowls stuffed to the brim of pellets, which is just gonna make them gain weight, and it's just not ideal at all. This is the same thing. The temperature changes, the hawks, the predators. This is so dangerous. F-. Alright guys, this is the last photo we're going to look at today. Okay, so I love the fact that you have lots of hay in your litter box, little hay rack there, lots of comfy places for your rabbit to sit. I can't see anything in the food bowls, so I'm a bit concerned about that. But I love that you have a hidey house made out of hay. That's awesome. It looks a bit empty, like it could have some toys in it or something, but overall it's much better than the ones we've been seeing. It's not the worst, not the best, but it's okay. I'm gonna give this one a B. I think this person definitely cares and has put some effort into this. It's good. So we have reached the end of the video, and we're back to the photo of my bunny setup for Mr. Leo. I hope you find this video educational or just interesting or inspiring. I will see you in the next video. Bye guys!